Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kachi. Welcome to another interesting session with me, the finalist. Today we are having Stella Adebayo. Stella Adebayo is a proprietress, and she's one of our 26 finalists. And today we are going to be discussing stuff around her school, her plans, projection, her expectation as a finalist, and other things that can come up in between our conversation. So Stella has sent me a request. Let me go. Stella, are you there? We are waiting to go live with Stella.
Good
What's
sir.
up? Good afternoon.
I'm,
How are you doing today?
I'm fine. Oh,
I
I'm
can
glad
see.
that I'm here. Yes, yes. Thank you for
So,
the opportunity.
thank you for allowing us. The truth is, like I was telling them yesterday, without you guys, whatever it is we are doing is just nothing. Yeah, because there must have to be people for you to even be able to say you want to bring a change, you want to bring, you must have the people, and for the people to even accept to even go ahead to register, it shows. And without you guys, there's truly nothing we can do. So thank you also. Thank you for registering. Thank you for your first session of the pitch. We are going to be getting into that later. But let's just get into it. Tell us about your brand.
Okay, sir. Okay. Okay, so Notre Robot Schools is a startup based in Lagos, a private school based in Lagos, Ogun State. As a matter of fact, we are on the boundary of Lagos and Ogun State,
Yeah.
but we pay our tax in Ogun State. Okay, we are a startup that give access to children in low-income communities an opportunity to capture value from their waste by accepting recyclables like pure water sachets, plastic bottles, can and tin in exchange for payment of school fees, while providing these recyclables to recycling company who would then give us cash to pay in place of school fees of our children. So we basically we started in 2018 September, October. We started with about less than 15. Yes, figures were less than 15 because we're still very new and considering the location where we are. And between then and now, I can say that we've grown over 50%. Like we at the moment we're about 55. Yes. So the reason why we had to introduce the plastic bottles is because we discovered that a lot of parents couldn't afford to pay school fees. A lot of even those that could afford to pay school fees, they couldn't afford to buy textbooks for their kids. Some of them could just buy math and English while the other textbooks. So we have to sit down. How can we help our customers? How can we give value to our customers and as well move our school forward? So we try to partner with recycling company, it's African Cleanup Initiative, and recyclers, yes. So they come to our schools to pick up these plastic bottles and then they give us cash in exchange. It's not like immediately, yes. It's not like it's immediate. It's done quarterly. So that's what basically our school is all about. And the reason why I started the school, I have over 10 years teaching experience. As a matter of fact, I started teaching while I was 100 level as an undergraduate in uni life. It just started when my classmates so my classmate that actually introduced me to teaching. Yes, on a part time, I studied French in school, French and education. So I did that, and gradually when I served, I worked in other schools on part time. So I saw different things from other different private schools. I saw a lot of other. It gave me experience. It gave me exposure. So and then I had to start my own. We just had to start, and here we are today. So basically, that's just a brief about our school.
This is interesting. I'm not sure if I had this the last time. So you go into a partnership with recycling companies, and
Yes, 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 yes,
they pay you guys in
yes,
exchange for the
yes.
product they pick, the plastic and all those for school fees.
They come to train our students. They come to talk to our students about SDG goals. They come to talk to them about recycling projects. Come to talk to them about how to upcycle, recycle, and other things that regards to turning waste to capturing value from waste, basically. So the partnership started about 6 months ago. Yes, 6 months ago when we yes. So basically that's it. And so
Wow.
far, yes, yes. So
Go ahead.
basically our student is doing something like that. So, and also for parents that can afford to pay their tuition fee, they can afford to buy their textbook for their kids. You know, when we, some of these parents bring in these recyclables so that our children can get to participate in other extra curricular activities, like when we want to go for excursion. Some of this, the monies gotten from this recycling can serve as fee for their children participating in excursion and other paid services that we offer. Yes.
Amazing. That's really amazing. You know, to think that okay, you could actually harness finances from waste to help children pay their school fees is pretty amazing. Well done. So, how what is the capacity of your school like currently now? Like, how many students do you have on
Okay, just like I said, at the moment we have 55 because of the space that we have. We are renting. We're in a rented. We are using
apartments?
two. Yes. So the space that we have is very limited. That's why we are seeking for funding so that because we have considering that it is a rented place, outside there's an open space where we can erect a gazeboard like a temporary. They call it movable tent. Yes,
Okay.
movable tent. Yes, and erect it for us to have more classes. Yes, and I know that COVID has happened. COVID has happened. A lot of parents may not even be able to afford to pay school fee. So I know, and considering that we have a limited space, expanding to the outside, like getting a tent to accommodate more children, is also what we are looking forward to doing. And I want to let you know that even during the lockdown, we have parents who kept bringing the plastics. Yes, and we have to call our partner to come pick up. Yes, last pickup was in May, so we are expecting another pickup for August.
Okay, so all right. So one of the things you also let the parents know is that they need to bring all those their waste products to.
Yeah, they need to some bring them when they bring them, they get textbooks, they get exercise books, they get stationaries, some to pay parts of the school fees, some to pay other services that we also offer.
So
So there's no
how viable is this partnership with this recycling company? Like, is it really viable, profitable for you as a business person? Looking at it
yes,
from the
yes.
business angle.
It's more the company that we partner with, it's the NGO aspect of their business. So
Okay.
it's an NGO thing. It's not like we are paying them for anything. No, we are not paying them. So it's they have an NG, they have a foundation where they offer these services to private schools in low income communities. So that's how we were able to come in and work with them.
Wow, you're doing a great job, really. And I'm sure it's only few people will do what you're doing out of passion for people, you know, trying to provide um, textbooks and pay school fees for people. And you had to think, I'm sure it was out of deep thoughts that this must have come because these things are not just because a lot of people have schools and they might know when you are not able to pay your school fees before you know they have sent your kid out
Yeah,
of the school. But you're creating this opportunity to help parents, you know, ease the burden of paying for these school fees. But then they have to also do something in order for them to. It's pretty
definitely.
amazing. Yeah.
So about 30% of our parents are actually on the program. 30% of them who are
Oh,
struggling. Yes,
okay.
and there's something I've discovered, like sending children out of school. That thing is demeaning. Like it makes the children have this inferiority complex. They will not even. It demeans their self-esteem. Understand? Knowing that other children are in school and they are sent out of the school, so we have to just sit down, figure out a way to solve it. And so far, it's been
So
encouraging.
your school is a government approved school, right?
Not yet, not yet. At the moment we are registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission. The
Yeah.
reason why we don't have a government advice is because we are renting. We should have our own land, and that is part of what we look forward to doing between now and the next 5 years. We should have our own building, and of course, begin to work on. We have information on how to go about the registration process, but we do not sincerely. I must tell you that there are private schools that are in rented apartments like this. Basically, I don't like talking about competitors, right? But there are private schools that are in rented apartment and they actually have government approval.
Yeah.
You know the country we are in,
I know.
but we don't. Considering the fact that we want to like what we say we are teaching here. We are teaching principles of truthfulness, integrity, excellence. So we do not want to go about that way. So we are registered with CAC and we are tax compliant.
Mm. Mm.
So they made us to understand that the tax office that whether we have, and again, the fact that we are paying our tax when we want to when we want to officially get government approval, it will be very, very easier for us because we
Yeah.
need to
Yeah.
provide evidence that shows that we've been paying our taxes since we started. So basically that's why we are seeking for funding, and whichever opportunities that come, we take advantage of it. And we know that gradually, like Rome wasn't built in a day, but we
Yeah.
know that if we keep pouring in, just like in French, it says petit à petit, l'oiseau fait son nid. Like little by little, the bird makes its nest. Its
Yeah.
nest. So
Yeah.
gradually, we get there. We get there, and I trust that. We will definitely. And of course, online, there are a lot of opportunities. So we are learning, looking for information that will help us to grow our school and our brand. And of course, make impact in our country
Yeah.
and our society.
All right. Sorry about that. NEPA just showed themselves, but we are fine. All right. So you had your first speech, and I remember your session, and it was pretty interesting for me to know that somebody is doing what you're doing. So can you share your experience with us? How was it for you on that day you had your pitch session?
The day I had my pitch, like that period, if I tell you that I wasn't even feeling well. Like in fact, since 4 weeks. So that day I just managed to just get a dress. Like 30 minutes before the pitch, I just summoned courage. Let me come. I knew the feeling when I wanted to apply for this grant. Now, opportunity for me to pitch. This sickness wants to weigh me down. Never, I will not agree. So I just quickly put up everything, and then few minutes to the pitch. Although I had what I wanted to say because my business is in my head, so
Yeah.
I don't even have a problem with public practicing or something. I have the ideas all in my head, so it's just for me to just within few minutes. I think about 5 minutes to the pitch, I began to just scrabble what was in my head and just do a quick review. And then coming on the session, of course it was wonderful. It was wonderful, and the reviews that I got from Mr.
That,
Dayo, yes, and when he was asking questions, I didn't want to like kind of anxious, but I had to tell myself, come on, you're a teacher, no matter what. You don't have to be frightened or last you get a no and you move on, you take the lessons and move on.
yeah.
But so basically that was my experience. And but after my interview and the feedback I got, it calmed me like, okay, yes, I think okay. I was kind of positive that if they're going to shortlist, but we should get on. Our school should get on.
So you knew you were going to get shortlisted. You know, like for some.
I said that whatever the case, if you get a no, fine, we take the lessons and move on. But after the interview, the feedback, like there are some times that I will attend the interview and then judges, even from their look and from their expression, I'll know that it's a no. And there was a particular one that I even applied for. Even the feedback from the judges, I got back. I told my team that come on, see, this thing is not going to work. And eventually it even worked. I said we're not, because the reaction from the judges they already gave me a no. So I already made up my mind that let me just move on to the next opportunity. You understand? So there are times where one will even be sure that you get shortlisted, and at the end of the day, nothing. And there are times where you feel like, hey, so it's a vice versa thing. So somehow I just felt they should consider me now. They should consider me now.
All right, the thing is sometimes, like I've been saying, a lot of times it is not even about the expression of the judges, because sometimes even the judge they are trying to make you feel they are trying to make you not to predict them. You understand? Now, some of the people I had conversation with yesterday, some felt like, on that day, they did not even ask me questions that much. They did not drill me, so they didn't expect that they were going to be on the list because they didn't ask. And I was telling them, few things happen when you're doing this kind of thing. It's either you are prepared yourself, and preparing yourself, you now coming with your A game, and as you're pitching your idea, and the panel are taking notes, there are some of the questions in their mind, you're probably answering them. So they will not have much questions to ask you. Do you understand? But the moment that you're not prepared and your thoughts are disjointed and you're going here, you're going there, at that point, you give them the courage to want to ask you and even tear down your idea. Like it happens to a lot of people whose idea, and I'm sure, like I was saying to them, if somebody tear down your idea, it is constructive criticism. Don't take it like it's a bad thing. The reason is this: some of us have done businesses that has failed, and I'm proud to be, and I can say that over and over again. I have done businesses that have failed, but we keep pushing, yeah? We keep doing what we have to do, because if I now decide to say because I failed in the business, I shouldn't continue to. I keep learning from all of this failure so that I will have a much more formidable force to do more. So that's just what it is. And I'm proud of you, really. I am excited that your name was shortlisted. That day I was telling you guys I don't have the power. It's the judges that are going to tell me, okay, this person, why are you picking this person? And they gave me reasons why all the 26 people that were shortlisted were short. I know I had a few people I also felt like should be on the list, whom the judge probably didn't really give that chance. But after much comparison and all, I feel like, okay, one or two people should also be on that list. And a big shout out to you for making it. So, what are your expectations going forward in terms of that school that you're running? Like, in terms of, I know you need the property, I know you need a landed property so that you can pursue your government approval and, of course, have more space to do more, because these are the things that will make you even find fulfillment in the things that you're doing. And that way, bigger partnership will come. So, what are your plans? What are you doing currently to actualize this dream?
Exactly. And I'm going to respond to your question, and I'm going to say something. I think a week back, I had a conversation with a family friend, and it was like, come on, if an opportunity comes to get into US and to be a US Army, are you not going to jump on it? And then he was shocked that I nodded my head and said no. Like I may not be where exactly I want to be now. There may be some kind of what they see as a bigger opportunity, but there's this thing called fulfillment.
Yeah.
When you mentioned fulfillment was what made me to talk about this. I was like, come, I want to do something that gives me joy. Like I want to make impact. You understand? It's not just about getting on to one bigger opportunity, but I'm not happy. So for this school, the goal is first majorly to have our own property, get our government approval, and of course, increase in our numbers, increase in number of enrollment. Yes. While the number of enrollment is increasing, I want to make impact. I want students from our school to make reference that they passed out from this school, like they got XYZ knowledge from this school, they got positive values from this school, they got inspired to achieve what their goals. They get motivations, because I can tell you that a lot of families that, like majority of the families that we deal with in this environment, many of them are not even exposed. I'm very, very conversant with online. Just like during this lockdown period, I'm investing so much in learning,
Yeah.
and seeing how we can actually bring some of these things to our school. And I'm pleased to even inform you that before the lockdown, our school got a grant, a projector, and computers. So it was during this lockdown that the projector was installed, and I sent a message to our parents that now our school is digitally enabled. We have digital projector and digital billboard. So this will help us to do X, Y, Z. I stated, and a lot of parents were excited because many of them they are just within the community. They are not seeing what is outside. They are not aspiring for greatness. So I want to put into the mindset of these children that they can be great, whatever or wherever they are. So for the school, definitely our property, then we increase in our numbers and in the impact we are making. And of course, create employment opportunity. Yes. And for those that work with us, they're not just going to be working with us because they want to make a living, but they are going to also be fulfilled doing the job. Yes. And also, they will also have other things that they are doing, just like during the lockdown. Now, the only thing is that we cannot run any lesson or tutorials in our school, but our staff, they are at home, they are running home service, home tutorials, and all of that. So that's why we are seeking funding because I looked at it. It's 4 months now. We've just been here, nothing. And PHCN keeps bringing bill. They give us estimated bill. But I'm glad that they came yesterday to come and survey. They said, because they applied for a prepaid meter. So they came yesterday to survey and we are expecting them in next 2 weeks. And give us a prepaid meter at least. But before then, 4 months now, they have been bringing bill. And we cannot afford that they take down the electricity because the cost of putting it back and all of that. These are the challenges that come with running our own kind of business. So that's why we thought, that, okay, then I sat down. What can we even do? And during the lockdown, I paid just 2,000 euros to learn how to make sanitizing spray. That was what I even paid for.
Yeah.
So because, yes, I looked at it that we cannot run any lesson, but then we can do training with safety measures in place. Yes. So we can do this. And it's not even going to be free, but they will pay for the service. And we've done our costing. I've done the total cost and everything, cost of getting the materials and I've factored in everything. So they will come and learn. Our parents will learn, students will learn, our staff will learn, and other participants. As a matter of fact, I was telling my school HM yesterday that at the moment I'm designing the flyer on Canva because cost of giving out to a designer, so I have to save costs. She was even like, "Come, you are full of surprises." I said, "Don't worry." So, and we have a printer, so I'll just print to cut out, then I'll call them. If not, I'm teaching on Friday, we're supposed to go around to distribute. And of course, our parents are already aware we distribute to other people. So we have them in batches. And of course, if we look forward to funding, either through King Remi or any other grants opportunity that comes up for us to take on that project. So that one is even going to help us to generate revenue and of course increase the awareness for our school. Yes. So basically that's and in terms of Mike Zuckerberg, he said because I remember when we started, a lot of things that I know now, I never knew them then. I never knew when we started there was no policy, but it was during the lockdown I formulated we had staff policy. It was during the lockdown I formulated school policy for parents, yes, to hold them accountable. You have to, so they know that yes, they're in a place that they're not just going to some parents just dump children in school and they don't care about them and all of that. They are not in the right with their children, they are not following up and all of that. So I did that. So a lot of things that I know now, courtesy of online. Yes. Online. A lot of sometimes it's not even about sometimes one can even have the money, but without the knowledge, the money will just finish. It will just finish. But when there's knowledge and you have the money, you'll be able to channel it into the right places. So I'll end the question that you asked. I'm going to end with saying that Mark Zuckerberg said ideas do not come out fully formed. They only become as you work on them. So as we work, it will become clearer. And I know that this was not where we were. Of course, we have progressed. So that's
you're doing amazing. You are full of surprises, truly. And I'm glad, I'm happy. And this is what we keep saying, yeah. So if I can learn a thing or two online to add to my business, why not? Because you have learned how to do graphics. You're not a graphic artist. You have learned how to do that. You have also developed policies for parents, even for students, for your school in general.
yes.
Because you see now, lockdown, like I said to some people, was not totally a bad thing. Because it was lockdown that made me know who you are. Passion to Profit was not supposed to be an online meeting. It wasn't supposed to be a virtual meeting. It was supposed to be a physical meeting. And I'm sure if we had continued with our plan, a lot of you that I know today, I wouldn't have known you guys. So thank you to COVID-19, because COVID-19 has also made a lot of people connect, and businesses
Yes,
are connecting, people are connecting, people are learning, and
yes,
it's been a great time really to know that this last 3-4 months has been a learning curve for a lot of us.
that's
We have been able
yes,
to put a lot of things into perspective. You know,
yes.
let us survive first. Our businesses will grow. And that's one of the things I keep telling people who are running businesses. Don't try to say right now you want to cool down. Just calm down. Live first. Survive this whole process. And God is going to take us. So, what is your staff capacity? What's the staff strength of your school?
Okay, at the moment we have 11 staff,
11.
including myself. Yes, we have 2 part-time and 9 full staff.
So, there was a question I asked you during your pitch. Initially, I wanted to start uploading all those speech sessions on YouTube, but for some reason, I felt like these are people's idea, and it might be like
Yes,
not too good to upload them on YouTube until they are fully formed. One of the reasons we started to do this interview, so I cannot totally sell all those here, but I'm going to ask you this because I'm sure after now, all these videos of these interviews are going to be uploaded on YouTube. You never can tell who will watch. So I want to ask you, are you open for equity investment? Like if you have people who are coming in to say, okay, you need a landed property, can we give you this land on lease? Can we give you this land? And in this period of time, you're supposed to pay back, and probably furnish the school and all of that. Are you open for that? Of course, with the right
definitely.
terms and condition.
Yes, with the right terms and conditions, you get it definitely because it's like one person cannot do it alone. Just
Sure.
like if I don't have my staff, even if I have all the million ideas in my head, I need people to work with. I need people who are passionate, people who believe in the vision, people who want to push the vision forward. Understand? So of course we are open to that, and to be it's like I'll be so glad if that kind of opportunity comes, and we are here to prepare. Each day we are learning. Come and do your presentation, talk about your business. I know that it may not be perfect. It may
Yeah.
not be perfect. Just like the feedback that I'm going to be getting from the pitch on Friday. I'm like it's a two-way thing for me. Either I get a yes or I get a no. But what is important, most important, is the feedback. So that it will help me to go and look at my ideas again. What is it about it? Do I need to make it? What are the things that I need to do? What I need that I need to say? What are things that I need to put together to so that I'll be investor ready, investment ready? Yes. So of course we are open to such opportunity. We are.
Awesome. Okay, let's be hopeful. I trust that these things are what for us. Like Mr. King told you guys the other day, if he has a way of funding all the 26 people, he was going to
Yeah.
do it. And truly, we have been making a lot of effort behind the scene to see if God can help us, at least so that everybody who participated, at least this 26 finally should be able um, to get something. We know our plan was to give 100K to 10 persons, but we have seen all the ideas. We have heard all of you, and all of you have fantastic ideas that really can, of course, change the direction of your life if you get the grant. Because as much as I know, 100K will do a lot for you right now in terms of
A
your
lot.
in terms of your business and all right. So, what are your expectations for Friday? You're pitching in 2 days. What are you expecting? I have to give a shout out to you. You know why? I discovered that on the day of your pitch, I think we were like online for like almost 3 hours or so, and you were
Yes.
on throughout the session. For
Because
some after they pitch, they just left. But for you, you stayed throughout the session. Why did you do that? Why were you doing that? Like you didn't consider your data and all those things. Why? Let us know
the reason
why.
the reason why I said is basically to learn.
Mm,
That's a major reason. Like I'm in the education sector. I'm an
yeah,
educator.
yeah.
So I need to learn like always. And knowing
Constant.
that I want to apply for other opportunities, I need to learn what judges are looking out for. You
Mm,
understand? And from other individuals. And of course, the time will come where I'll need to share my own lessons with other startups, with other entrepreneurs, and I'll be able to have something to share with them. I'll be able to have something to say, okay, did I pitch? XYZ happened. I learned some entrepreneurs preach this way, some then the feedback from the judges. It will even help me to stay in check. You understand? So I can't just come and preach and then I'll just go. I want to learn. So that's why I say, is that I get the two things. If I get the money and I've gotten the knowledge. So if I get the money, it's double
Don't be
advantage.
blessing.
So that was basically what I did, to learn. To learn. Yes.
So what are you expecting on Friday? Like, they have told you guys this particular Friday is going to be very tough. This finance is going to be very, very tough. Now, I'm not saying this to scare you guys. The whole idea of saying it's going to be tough is actually to help you guys build a lot of confidence, build capacity. And this is just a foundation. You never can tell when you have of course, you need a lot of ground to pursue what you're doing. You might get the opportunity to sit with Tony maybe tomorrow and he's saying, okay, give us
Amen.
time. So you understand? So whatever it is we are doing now is to help you guys. And that is why what we are doing is kind of unique. We could have said, guys, put up a video on Instagram and tag us. But we just don't want to do that because we want to really take time to also criticize that idea so that when you go back, you go and add more flesh to it. It becomes more solid so that when you have another bigger opportunity to pitch that idea, you'll be doing amazing. So what are your expectations for this Friday?
Okay, my expectations. Okay, first I want to refer back to when I pitched. I remember that Mr. Adebayo showed us a board in his office, where whenever ideas come, he just notes them down. And then knowing that you've been telling us that Friday is going to be tough, know your figures, know this, and I know that questions will come. What do you want to use the money for? How much are you going to
you are not meeting Dio this time, you're meeting somebody else.
I know. I'm just trying to talk about what. So, after that, what I did? Since the boards are just there in the classes, they're not doing it, I just went to pick one small board. It's right here opposite me. So, I just started thinking, what are the likely questions that judges will ask? The figures, okay, I just picked my marker and I went to the board. I can even show you the board. This is the board. I don't know if you can see, it's a very, very small board.
I can see.
So as I'm even talking, I'm looking at it and it's looking at me. So it's trying to, so anything that in respect to the pitching, I just note it down. Okay, likely, maybe if they ask this, at least I'll ask something. Because I don't want to where you ask a question and I'll just be looking. God, please don't let it happen to me. So I'm so looking forward. And besides answering the questions, I want to learn. Just like the idea of the plastic bottle. It was doing a pitch, like I participated in I got shortlisted for Access Bank Entrepreneur pitch. That was last week. I didn't get the money, but the idea to bring in plastic bottles and start using it in exchange, it came while I got that training. I was like, they trained us. We got MBAs. We were 50. As much as 30,000, it was a women program. 30,000 women applied. It was 500. I got a 50. But they gave money to top 3. But the idea, when we started it, that was what made us grants, computers and other things. And I know that more opportunities are coming. So what I'm looking forward to Friday, let the judges drill me to bring out the best. I may feel bad, but I know that is for the best. So I'm looking forward to learning and I'm looking forward to the drills.
Truth is, I like your spirit. I like your, there's something that makes people think. And there's something that makes people strong. Their ability to learn and their ability to unlearn. The ability to see every opportunity as a medium of learning. Whether or not it's in their favor or not, one thing is sure. If I learn something today, it will help me tomorrow. And I think I like that about you. I like the fact that you are constantly showing up. Beyond King Oguremi Foundation, please always show up, show up, show up, show up. We keep telling people to show up. I read a post this morning where somebody was sharing on Facebook. He said when he was 7, he wanted to, there was an opening for a OBS, in OBS for them to, of course, become broadcasters and all. So on the day of the training, on the day of the interview, he rained heavily. So he said before then, the people who applied were almost about 500 and something. And he had looked at himself, they only needed 2 people, a male and they needed 4 people, 3 women and a guy. So yeah, look at the numbers, man. How do I go through? I'm just look at how small I am. But because of that rain, people didn't show up. So he went inside. He was drenched. Funny enough, there were just 4 people that came. 4
Wow.
people that came. You understand? And when they asked him, they gave him a script to read on radio, and the guy went and they just gave him the job. You see,
Wow.
because sometimes some obstacles that we feel that, and I think I saw something on Steve Harris' his Twitter. It's something he tweeted recently. He said that obstacle is actually the way. Don't
The
don't
ladder.
see it. Don't see like it's a problem. That way is actually the way to go. So if you are seeing obstacles along the way, be excited about it. You have the capacity to pull it. You have the capacity to bring it down. So if you're running away from obstacle, you are running away from that desired life that God has designed for you. So thank you very much. I'm glad. I'm happy talking to you, Stella. I'm excited, and I'm glad that we are connected. And I know that this connection, of course, will yield a lot of positivity going forward. And I pray, like I've been praying for every other person, that whatever it is that you desire utmostly, God will bring them to life, irrespective of what is currently going on in the world, irrespective of where you are now. Where you are now is not where God is taking you. So enjoy this period, because you are going to probably use them to share, like you said, testimonies, share experiences, so that people are going to also know that there was a time. If you remember during your session, Dial told you that there was a time it was as if he was making money, but he wasn't making money. I know him. We have been friends for yeah, we have been friends for a very long time. And I know those times where it was very difficult, you don't know what to do, you are confused, but people are thinking you're making ways, but you're not making any headway, you know. But at the end of the day, redefining and trying to unlearn some of the things that we feel are the right way to do these things, unlearning them and learning new methods actually will change the direction of our lives. So thank you very much, Stella. I appreciate this time with you. And of course, at this point in time, like I've been doing to everybody, you might have some special people you want to give a shout out to. Now do that.
Okay. I want to shout out to my. Okay, I think I mentioned um during one of our sessions on Zoom that I mentioned Chioma Okwabi of Pato. I mentioned Zero
That's
Seven Six. These are I've not met them one on one. I just know them online. I connected to them on Instagram. So I'm shouting out to them because these are ladies that are working passionately, that they're pushing. Like I see them constantly showing up, and I'm inspired. So I'm shouting out to Chioma Katsu. I'm shouting out to Rose. I'm shouting out to our father, and of course, I'm shouting out to King Victory Foundation.
Thank you so much. We're grateful. So I'll
Thank you.
see you on Friday. I'm looking forward to that session myself. Like I'm really looking forward to that session, and I'll
Thank
see you. So get yourself ready for Friday. All right then. Have a great day ahead.
you too.
All right, guys. That was Stella Adebayo. Stella Adebayo, amazing, passionate individual. I like her spirit, her ability to learn and constantly learn. These are the things that make people truly stay strong. All right, so I was supposed to have Annette earlier today at 10 a.m. and she just messaged me now. I think I'm going to be coming up in a few minutes again to take on Annette so that we'll have the conversation around our business plans and projection. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much, everybody, for staying through. In the next 5 minutes, I'll be up again to bring on Annette, Izzy, and Maka